Hello, everyone. Uh, my name is John. Thank you for joining us. This is Dicey Decisions, and we're Zeros to Heroes. Again, my name is John, and we want to welcome you and say that we're awesome. So here we are. Who are all of you? Who's that in that box right over there?
This box?
Yeah, that box. Who are you?
Oh, hi, I'm Jack. I'll be your DM tonight. Who are you? I'm looking at Baniel.
Oh, I was like, are we looking at the Twitch one or the Discord one? Hi, I'm Daniel. I'll be a player.
Hi, I'm Mel. That way.
I'm Juliet.
I'm Becca.
We're Zeros to Heroes. Okay.
Ah!
Who are you?
Oh, I'm John. I think I already said. Actually, you know what? I didn't say that. That's right. I'm
You
John.
started by saying John. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
just
did.
making
I don't
sure.
know about
Mhm.
that. Maybe one more for good measure.
So who are
Anyway,
you?
I am. I don't know anymore.
Rocky. His name's Rocky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently,
So John's
Rocky.
playing Stony. Mel's playing
Bouldery.
Sunny, which the two of them I often say wrong, backwards. Juliet's playing Fern. Daniel is playing Pieta. And Becca is playing Rip. So, anybody have any shout outs, any things to sell, anything to broadcast across the world?
Shout out to pizza, man. Pizza's great.
Shout out to pizza.
If anybody's hiring, I think this guy right here needs a job. So
Wait, I'm looking at the stream. You're
There's no
you're
one next
pointing
to you.
off.
I'm
Jack,
not
you need
looking
to
at the
point
stream.
Guy
down.
in my
Point down. There you
John's
go.
below you. Yeah.
Well, I can't see the stream. If I were watching the stream, I'd be too distracted because I've got lots of things up here. Anyway, hi, I'm Jack, and I'm your DM for this evening. As a brief recap, our group is slowly piecing clues together about what the hell's happening in the world. They are small fish in a vast continent and basically at home in their hometown. And weird things are happening that seem almost cataclysmic. Like, is the world changing all of a sudden? We don't know. But we're starting to piece things together. And currently, they have gone off the rails. We are trying to break in to the house of the governor of the entire region, hoping for
I
clues.
feel like we're very on the rails, actually.
Okay.
We're
You're off
in
my
trouble.
And as darkness falls and the horse skeleton puppet show continues across the road,
What a sentence.
most of our heroes are on the north side of the governor's home, attempting to gain ingress when a bell suddenly begins clanging. Ka-tang, 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 ka-tang. Mel, can I get a perception check from you not Mel, Sunny, just to see if you hear this bell across the road?
Yeah. Sunny is very focused on her puppet show because she got a 4 for that perception check.
Yeah, it's not ridiculously loud. It's loud to the folks outside the house, up against the wall, kind of trying to listen and peer in through windows.
And the crowd is cheering so loudly that
Right, because it's an amazing show.
There are two guards currently. One has walked across the street to see the puppet show with the two kids who left the house. One is standing on the back long porch with an overhang. So there's a porch on the first floor and there's a little porch above it on the second floor. Rip as a spider has returned to the others and they're all listening to this bell. As the bell starts ringing, a deep, bellowing bark starts up inside the house. Oof, 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 oof. And the bell clang, clang, and then stops. The dog continues to bark. Can I have everyone roll a perception check except for Sunny?
Peter.
Good thing I'm really good at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, average.
Mhm.
11.
Okay.
8.
8.
13.
I didn't say the
Okay.
mantra.
Rip.
Critical failure for a 3.
Oh no!
Well, your spider ears aren't very good.
No, I don't even have ears right now.
They're on your knees or on your feet or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, um, Fern, you hear chairs sliding back. You hear scrabbling on the floor inside. And you hear people moving about. You hear a clatter of what can only be silverware. There's movement inside the house.
Does it sound like it's getting closer to the door?
You can't quite tell with that roll.
Okay. She is very quietly going to say, "We're compromised." And then, are we're on the same side as the porch, right?
The
The back
side
porch?
you're on has a back door that leads into what you've determined is the kitchen. Along both sides, like here's the facade you're looking at. Along these two sides, there's porches on the first floor and porches on the second floor. There is actually a third floor to this house, but it's smaller.
Okay. Um,
Fern, what is it? What do you hear?
people, movement. I think they hear us. Or they know we're here.
Um,
Hide yourself.
I will remind you, you guys are under the Pass Without a Trace spell. And the
um,
guard rolled to look at you and did not see you.
Yeah, I don't think
Do-
we're compromised.
do we know about what time of day it is, right? Like this is like dusk, right? The
It's
sun
dusk.
has set.
In fact, darkness has just fallen and the final glow of the sun is disappearing. Out on the road by the puppet show, there are torches and lanterns along the road. There's a giant glowing screen, a magical screen set up behind the puppet show by Sunny.
I think I'd like to do some sort of intelligence check here, because player John thinks it might be supper time and not actually like an alert, perhaps. So I don't know what kind of check you'd like me to roll for that.
It depends on what you're doing. If you're going to freeze in place and try to think things through, you can make just an intelligence check. If you guys
Okay.
are moving away, we might have to do something like a different kind of check.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right.
So it depends on what you're doing.
Wait, Fern, let me think. All right, I'm just gonna give it a shot.
Sure. Roll intelligence. Which means that at least
Oh.
Stony is just frozen in place listening, maybe looking in the direction where the guard might appear from.
Well, for a straight check, that's almost as high as it gets. That's a 22.
Yes.
Since Fern did not mention anything about footsteps running along the porch, or the guard is like 30, 40 feet from you, and you just hear movement inside, it's probably something that's going on inside. Um, the fact that silverware was part of the noises you heard could mean that that was a call for supper time, dinner time. Depends on what you call it. Yes, the evening meal.
I don't think it was for us. See the movement around outside. They're not moving outside. It's all indoors.
Okay.
Perhaps they are doing something inside. I think it might be dinner time, but I am uncertain.
Rip, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
If I've returned, I'm on Fern's shoulder, so I'm doing whatever Fern is doing
Okay.
at the moment. Wait, how much time has elapsed?
Since you came back? Since you came back
Since
up the upstairs window?
Yes, I'm trying to figure out how long I've been in wild shape.
Oh, not long. You
Okay.
turned into a spider, scrambled up to the second floor, looked in, took a look around, and then scrambled back. So
I just don't want to get like
2 minutes?
vampired at dawn kind of situation here.
No, 2 minutes is all you've been a spider.
I don't want to get werewolf and just like surprise back into a person.
It lasts for an hour, right?
I just realized I didn't have that written down, so I'm looking it up
I think it does.
right now. Yeah, for an hour. Okay, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm great. Yeah. I'm here. Yeah, what's up?
I might climb up to the second floor.
Oh,
If I take you with me, do you want
yeah.
to try to go under the door?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Um, Stony, Pieta, you're welcome to come with, but I'm going up there. And she's gonna start to climb up to the second floor balcony that's above them.
So
Okay.
you'll have to. All right, here are your options. The house is made of wood, but there's a heavy cobblestone fireplace chimney that you could try to climb, or you could sneak to the side where there's the porch, wait until the guard looks away, and then climb up the side of the railing to get up. It's going to be easier to do it that way, but you're at risk of being seen. The spell is still working within 30 feet of Pieta, so you still have that going for you.
Okay.
Or you could
she's,
try the harder climb up this face of the building that you're on.
she's gonna go around to the edge to watch the guard and then
Okay.
grab the rail, go up.
Give me a straight stealth check because you're waiting for the exact moment when he looks away. But
Is
you
this the
add
with
10 to that.
26.
The guard is definitely he's leaning, trying to see the puppet show. He was pacing back and forth, but he's gravitated toward the other end. He's distracted. And so you wait until he turns away. The second he turns away, like a shadow, you just are gone. You're upstairs. You're on the upstairs balcony.
Okay. I'm gonna get down on my hands and knees so that my hand is by the bottom of the door. Rip, see if you can get under.
Which door are you going through? Because the first one, the window, is of a kid's room. I think I said it was a bedroom. The second one, second door, leads to this big picture window office.
The door that leads out onto the balcony?
Uh-huh. There's doors at each room.
Oh, okay. The kids' room, I think.
Okay. That's the first one. It's right close to it's like
Or
10
I guess
feet
I
from
can
the
ask
edge.
Rip, which one do you want to go under?
Well, you don't want to get close to that big window, you can let me off here and I can kind of go over and go under the window there. It's just going to take me a long time, I think, to go in the kids' room and then out and then around and then over. And I think that's our goal, isn't it? Is that big picture window room?
Yeah. Here, and she's going to fully flatten herself out like completely prone so that she's going as close to the door as possible to the office, but staying as low to the ground as she can.
It crosses your mind that you're being very spider-like.
Yes. Team Spider.
So
All right.
I have
as you get
conflicted
to
feelings.
that door, I know.
Yeah.
As you get to that door, Rip, you jump down and you try to fit underneath. Can you give me an athletics check to squeeze
Sure.
under with advantage?
Ooh,
Because you're
perfect.
so teensy. But there's
I
something in the way.
yes. An athletics check. Oh, okay. Oh,
Mhm.
that's a bummer because I have this spider's stats
I
right
know.
now.
That's
We might have to find a different way. Let's find out. They have a minus. I have a -4 to strength right now, so
do your best.
Oh,
You
no.
get 2
Ah.
rolls.
But I have advantage.
It's a good thing you're really, really good at
Actually,
athletics
before-
checks.
Okay, go ahead.
I am. Okay. One was cocked, but that is gonna be a 13.
That is
A natural
exactly.
17 for a 13.
You have to act very unspider-like and kind of flatten your body and put your legs as wide out to the sides and like with your very teeny feet like moving at the very tips. You manage to squeeze under and you're in the office. There's a big plush like a fur rug laying there in front of the door. It looks like a white creature with shaggy hair laying there on the floor. And towering up above your tiny spider body is a desk and an empty chair where before the Duke was sitting there. There's no one in this room but you.
Okay.
Roll a perception check, please, just to see what you hear
Yeah.
as a spider.
Yeah. Well, perception is wisdom, so that stays the same. I do retain those. You only take on the animal's like physical stats. If I could find my own stats though, that'd be great. Like I don't have it right in front of me. Oh, fantastic. That's a 21.
So you hear people moving from what sounds like downstairs. You hear dogs, heavy clacking nails across like a stone floor.
Okay.
You hear people moving around, mumbling. You can't really make out what they're saying, but they're talking fairly quietly. Chairs scooting around a little bit. Dishes you can hear like being plopped down on tables, etc. So definitely dinner time and nobody's in here.
Okay. Can I tell what the animal that's in the office is?
It's so big. Yeah, roll a nature check. You're
Okay.
pretty good at that.
Yes. Yeah, I am. That's a 21.
Yeah, it looks like a giant
Good
white
apology.
bear.
A giant white bear?
Bear. The head is not attached, but the feet with claws are. It's like a polar bear.
Is this a rug or is it alive?
It's a rug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got mixed up along the way that I thought there was an actual large white creature in the room. That's why I wanted to know what it was. I was like, what's this thing?
Yeah, for
Okay.
a spider, it's a giant flat creature.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Okay, so since I'm in here by myself, I'm going to try and whisper through the window to Fern. Hey, can you hear me? Are you over there? It's It's empty in
Can I
here. I think everyone's down for a meal.
And-
Fern, this is going to be a perception check that's a very high DC. Tiny
Okay.
voice through the window,
No,
and
through a
you're
window.
not sticking your head up. You're going to have to be listening intently. So let's roll perception check.
It's a 15?
So, Rip, when you whisper that, there's no response.
Okay. Um. Okay, I'm going to go over and tap on the window. But what am I going to tap? That'll let you know that it's fine over here.
Imagine how hard a tiny spider would have to tap to make a sound on a window.
That tiny. I'm like a garden spider. You've seen those guys. They're pretty decently sized.
I just can't imagine him tapping loud enough to make any noise.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, then I am. Let's see. What can I do? Is there any fun spider stuff I can do?
I can tell you a couple things.
Do stuff easy.
You took a look around the room before.
Mhm.
I'm going to remind you what you saw.
Okay.
There are paintings hanging on the walls.
Okay.
You saw papers on the desk earlier.
Okay.
This rug. And
Yeah.
the door is open.
Okay.
It's like half.
Okay.
There's
And
also
that.
a door to the outside.
Oh yeah. Okay. In that case, I am. Can I see what papers are on his desk currently? Just like what's on top of there?
You scramble up onto the desk.
Not optimistic.
You're what?
I'm not super optimistic. I just figured I was
Oh.
like, I might as well look and see what's up there. It's probably
Okay.
not exactly what we need, but you never know.
See papers. The writing is pretty big compared to you. So roll an investigation check to be able to determine what these papers are about.
I was thinking about actually wondering if I could see it better by going like up the wall
Yes, if you
or
went
up
up the
closer to
wall
the
and looked
ceiling.
down, it might be easier, or like on
Yeah.
the back of the chair. All right. So
Yeah,
you're not
I'd.
standing on what you're reading. Sure.
How tall
So
is
you
the back
crawl
of the
up.
chair? Yeah, I'll do the back of the chair.
Okay. So you crawl up onto the
Middle.
chair so that you can see from a little distance. It looks like he's been reading reports on the mining situation and reports on the logging operation. So mostly figures and numbers. There are a few papers in each stack. You scan through them, and there's not really anything that shouts out to you in terms of this is important. It's all
Okay.
just reports like what's been going on and how much ore we pulled up today, that type of thing.
Okay. Alrighty. Trying to decide if I want to unwild shape. Because I can always wild shape again to get out of there. It's not like I'd be stuck. But then I would be able to move papers and actually look.
You could probably move papers. I can give you a little bit more info. You definitely see the word spiders, and so you read that section. The spider activity has still been increasing. They've been sending more guards up there, but they seem to still be able to continue their operations in the logging camps. The mines, you're looking for stuff like monsters underneath in the mines, and you see that The mines are stable right now. They've been able to complete their work more effectively lately. Um, it's just general reports with not too much of an import.
Okay. Do I see anything in regards to where it's talking about where the broomstone is going? Do I see anything in regards to where this other, I think it was like a byproduct of mining the broomstone? I don't think we have a name for it, but if I see any like names of things that I don't recognize.
Um, Roll an investigation check.
Okay.
And if you can do anything to help yourself, go right ahead.
Okay. Let me think. I would say my rules lawyer for this is that a lot of Rip's 5 years with the Druids was bureaucracy and was reports and looking
Okay.
at reports of things. So
Okay.
we'll see.
All right.
These are really different ones.
With that,
different kinds
with
of
that
reports.
information, I will lower the DC very slightly.
Okay. Well, it's an 11, so you know.
What you got is what you see.
Okay. Cool.
So, yeah, you're looking at these papers. You're a very tiny spider.
Yeah.
A kind of a tiny spider.
Yeah.
Big for a general spider, but still tiny. And there's a lot of papers. It's hard to tell without investigating the whole place, I guess.
Yeah.
You can move papers around a little bit, but that's what I gave you as what you got by your roll.
Okay, cool. It's gonna take me a really long time to mess around in here as a little spider guy. You said there was a door to the balcony in that room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be easier to go under the door to get out of here to go back to Fern?
That's how you got in. You
Oh,
went
that's
under.
how I got in. Okay. I have to squeeze back out of there.
Roll a general intelligence check just to see what comes to Rip's mind.
Let's see. Really average thoughts out of 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
That's very average. It's normal. You
Yeah.
wish Fern were in here.
I do wish Fern were in here.
Fern has started to put her head up so that she can try to look through the bits and pieces of the picture window where there's clearer areas to see through.
Sure.
Because she wants to see if there's movement, if there's people inside.
If I see her with my many eyes into that window, I would like to turn around and wave my little
Yeah. You see the
wave
spider on
some
the desk.
arms.
Because of course you're looking straight at the desk. You see the
Okay.
spider waving at you.
Okay, perfect. Then she is going to very quietly and stealthily move to barely open the door. Well, she's going to check to see if she can open the door.
Let's see. Let's roll a luck check. Let's say 8 or above is unlocked.
Okay, of a d20?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's a 12.
You very, very gently turn the knob and discover that it's unlocked.
She's so happy. She's going to very quietly, just as much as she needs to, open it up to slip inside and then pull it back closed, but not so that it latches. And the first thing she wants...
No, hold on.
Mhm.
Before you do, as you're slipping in, please roll a perception check.
Okay.
Because although Juliet might not be a spy, Fern is.
17.
You notice as you're just cracking the door open, there's a thin thread
Mm-hmm.
from the handle inside to the door jamb.
Is there enough room for her to get through?
There's enough room for a knife to go through. But not you yet. You're looking through the first crack as you just barely crack the door. You see there's a tight thread.
Could the thread be, if it were to be replaced with spider silk, would it look the same?
It does look very, very thin. I mean, you could potentially get away with that maybe if somebody wasn't looking very closely.
Then she is going to take her dagger and very subtly kind of slice through it and open the door.
The thread parts easily. As you go inside with that perception check, you see that it was attached to something that would have set off either a trap or an alarm. You can't tell without really inspecting it, but it was definitely rigged.
Okay. The very first thing that she wants to do is get underneath the desk and try to find any false bottoms or drawers.
Okay, so Rip, you see the top of Fern's head quickly, like pause for a moment, and then quickly the door goes, and the top of her head slips underneath the desk right under you. That's all you've seen of her so far.
Okay, I'm gonna get down.
Just go crawl underneath.
Yeah, I'll go under the desk with her. I was gonna try and stay out of her way, but also be on the chair. But I also don't want to be on the seat of the chair because that sounds like a scary place to be for a little spider. You know what? I'll get right under the seat of the chair so I can stay out of Fern's way, but I can still watch.
Okay.
Because I want to watch.
Yeah, roll an investigation, Fern.
Okay. That's great because I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh, no.
That's a nat one.
It looks like there's no false bottoms in this desk. It's just it's kind of like crumbs of dirt underneath from his boots and a couple little cobwebby things from actual spiders.
Dang, what a shame.
As an aside, above table, breaking the fourth wall here, I want to remind Pieta that you are a shadow monk. You could be doing all the same stuff.
We're waiting. We're waiting
Yeah.
down in the wings.
I
We're
mean,
waiting our turn.
Yeah. So let's see what Pieta and Stony are doing in this time.
All right.
I think I can get us in, but I'm going to need your help. Pathfinding, as it were.
Get us in where? What?
So just to clarify, we're right next to a window, right?
You are underneath the kitchen window, right next to the outside of the fireplace chimney, and on the other side, so window here, you guys are under it. Chimney here, and back door right here. So.
Okay. And we know that there are sounds coming from the kitchen.
Mm-hmm. And with your intelligence check, you know there probably are cooks, and they're bringing food out to the table right now, the main meeting hall or the downstairs area.
I think if we went to a different window, it could probably get us inside. Or perhaps a different door. but I don't really know the way. Uh, what do you think you can do? If you can get me to another window, I know I can get us inside.
How
But
long has
it hasn't been too long. Maybe about like 10 minutes tops.
Oh no, less than that. 5 minutes at very most.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're still good.
So Pietza says,
Fern would not have waited very long. She wanted in.
for sure. Pietza says, well, I mean, we're still pretty cloaked. My concentration, I feel pretty clear in mind. Um, it feels pretty fresh. I think I can go for at least another quite a while. Um, I'm pretty sure this he like walks a bit. Yeah, this doesn't seem to leave any traces of us being here either. So, um, let's still be quiet, but I think we can just walk anywhere else. Did you want me to try to find just like to go out myself and scout for a different window?
I just need you to find a window where it's not busy. And I think I can get us indoors.
Uh, Pietro wants to look around and see if he gets a hint of anything that. Should I roll like a perception?
Just tell me where you're going. Are you going upstairs? Are you going along one of these long porches? Are you just peeking around to see?
Let's go around the house and find a different window.
I can remind you of what you saw before. The whole
Yeah.
first floor is one big room, kind of like a meeting room with uh, mounted animal heads and a big table and a fireplace. It's like a gathering hall. This is probably where they're having their meal. This is where people coming to visit would hang out. The
Right.
whole bottom floor is that big room except for the kitchen. And you guys would have seen that or have been told that by when Fern was scouting it or when Sonny was scouting it, one of them.
So basically what you're saying is that there's no good openings in the first floor to sneak into. We're going to have to climb up. Is what I'm hearing.
You can definitely try to sneak into the bottom floor, but that's where the people are.
Exactly.
We're on the
So
second floor right now.
no, we're on the bottom floor. We need to
You're
climb up.
outside on the ground.
Oh,
I'm not a very good climber, but if I follow your lead, I could try.
Is Cece able to like carry you a little bit at all? Because if she could do a little bit, then maybe I could do the rest with my
Tiny
rope.
thing. It's not going to carry my weight.
Right. Because what if I climb up to the second story window and toss down my rope to you and pull you up? Maybe
That
I.
could work, but again, not very athletic I am, but
Let's see.
I'll give it a shot.
Let me jog my memory, see if there's anything I can think of. Hmm. Yeah, I
In the
guess.
meantime, let's go back into the office. So, Fern, you didn't see anything under the desk.
No. So
Are
her
you staying
next
under it?
uh yes, but now she is going to start looking at the floor. So I'm guessing this is a wooden floor?
Yeah, wooden floor.
Okay. So she is going to be looking for any like floorboards that look like maybe they could be hiding something underneath, or
Sure.
um also looking for like areas where there might be less dust than others.
Okay. How about an investigation check?
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Ooh. So you start under the desk. You're poking, you're prodding, you're trying to look for squeaky floorboards, but very carefully. So you're not trying to squeak them. You're trying to look for any gaps, any give. Nothing under the desk. Do you move out from under the desk to keep trying all over the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I imagine the first thing you do is roll back the bare rug, check under there. Nothing. You put it back. You skitter along the floor, just very slowly inching out across the floor, looking for something, anything. In this time, I'm going to say this is going to take a few more minutes. What are Pieta and Stony doing?
Theater,
Okay. Uh-huh.
I think, can cause a distraction indoors without affecting any of their attention towards the outdoors. If we were to attempt to climb, I think that would be the best course of action.
Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, this distraction, what would it involve you doing?
He sort of like gives you a light tap with his telekinetic powers on the shoulder.
Oh, right. Wait. And Pieta kind of thinks back on like magical abilities. You wouldn't think that would alert any like I don't know if there was any spies or anything in there. Anyone that was like, wait, was it rise any suspicion at all?
I don't think so.
All right.
Accidents tend to happen in the kitchen.
I think I like where this is going. Yes. Okay. I'll climb up first, easy peasy, and then while you make a distraction, I'll still throw down my rope to help you climb. Cause why not?
Okay.
So I'll roll
And
whatever you need me to climb up to the second floor
I'd
window
like
as
you to roll a stealth check.
Fern did. Good thing I'm really good at those.
And add a 10 to whatever your total roll is.
That's 27.
Yeah, without the tiniest sound. Like Pieta says to Stony, I'll drop a rope down, and before you know it, without a sound, without even moving, you see a rope boom, drop down in front of you.
Okay. And then, so Stony very gingerly tries to peek into the kitchen, and before anyone can look, he is going to try to knock over like the loudest thing that is the furthest away from the window. So like a vase, a pot, something that would make a loud noise and would allow him to climb up.
Yeah, from your angle down the wall, you can see, by just barely leaning out, you can see a row of pots and pans hanging off of hooks along the far wall.
Okay, so he's going to, without verbal or somatic components, cast a mage hand to lift a few of them off and cause a loud noise in the kitchen.
And a mage hand can go inside of a window? Can it cross
Yes,
through barriers?
I can. So the spell specifically says appears at a point you choose within range, and I
Okay.
assume that means whatever, like in any spot that I can see.
Sure. And so your mage hand is doing what again?
Just popping the pots off of the rack to make a loud
One at
to
a
drop
time?
and make
How many? How many?
just one. Let's just do one.
Let's do one.
Is your mage hand invisible?
It is.
Okay. So as you grab onto the rope, your mage hand flips a pot. You hear ka-tang, ka-tang, tang, tang.
And then
Let's
I
have
go.
an athletics check from you with advantage because Pieta is pulling.
Okay, perfect.
Yippee!
Because I'm really, really good at these. Okay, that's the first one. Oh, that's a 17.
Oh,
All right.
nice.
So, with very little effort, you hang onto the rope. Pieta hauls you up. You grab on, and with the can I also get a stealth check from you
Waiting for that
and
one.
add
Okay.
10 to your total.
That is a 22.
As
Wow.
you are as you stand up and come around the edge so Pieta can pull you up, you are face to face with this guard who's walking like 5 feet away from you, right towards you. And as you rise, he looks to the left because
Oh.
because the spell turns his eyes away, and he's looking directly in your face, and then he just looks off to the side as if he can't see you, and you disappear.
Oh, Peter, that was exhilarating in a way that I hope to never do again. My heart.
Hey, he
You
like pats
guys
him on the back.
see, you guys, as you whisper, the spell also muffles the sound you make and your footsteps and any tracks you might leave behind. So anyone who is downstairs or underneath you on the balcony, even though you're speaking almost at a normal tone, wouldn't be able to hear you. And you catch yourself, like as you say, "Oh my goodness," you catch yourself because you need to be quiet. What you see is there's a window here with a kid's bedroom and a door, and you see just 10 feet farther down, maybe 15 feet down the way, there's a door slightly cracked open next to the big plate glass window.
Hmm. Hey, are you calmed down enough? Are you ready to keep going?
Yeah,
All right.
Stony steals himself, stones himself.
Nice. By the looks of it, I'm just gonna take a guess here, but and if you want, I can go first. But it looks like that door is a bit ajar. I wonder if that's where Fern went and then went.
I'll be following you, Peter. You are the expert.
Wait, and then Pieta thinks Fern would have closed the door. I guess does it hurt to peek? Uh, okay. Wait behind the window, just in case I need to run. I need to like somersault back. Okay, be right.
No, I'm coming with you.
Okay. Um, this window's how big is the window? Like height wise?
It's
Off the
big.
ground?
It's like 5 feet by 5 feet. And
Sorry, how tall is it from the ground?
oh, from the balcony you're on, maybe like 2 feet.
Oh, we're not inside yet?
No, you're
Oh,
on the upstairs balcony.
okay, sorry. Trying to wrap my head
The
around
door is
this.
just slightly cracked open.
Okay, I'll go to that one and we'll go to that one and see if there's anything we can see through the window.
Yeah,
After,
peeking quickly through the window, you see, well, it's hard to see them because they are one's tiny and one is super sneaky. Let's see, roll perception. What do you see?
okay,
I can tell you what you see even if you don't spot them. Um, there are papers on a desk. There, it's clearly an office. There are pictures hanging on the wall. There's a bearskin rug on the floor.
Perception 13.
Okay, that's what you see from the outside.
Okie dokie. And are we still able to communicate with each other within the spell?
You can
Or would
talk
it,
to each other.
but it would have to be like it's not like a telepathic thing, it's like
No, you can just talk. You guys all have the spell cast on you, so you can talk fairly normally. I mean, if you did something dumb like yell, it might break through the spell, but the spell is masking you in every aspect of the senses.
okay. So I'll whisper loud, a little bit louder than the normal whisper, and say, "Hey, Fern, Rip, are you in there?" Because I knew Pieta's thinking he knows that Fern is really good at.
Uh, Fern is going to, you're just going to see like her eye in the jar of the window or the door.
Gets a little startled, but he doesn't make a noise because he's disciplined. Okay, he like signals to Stony and proceeds to open the window. It's still ajar. Is that the window?
Yes, but she
The
says
window, the door.
fast and then goes right back to what she was doing.
Okie dokie.
At this point, Fern, you have covered the floor. You know for sure there's nothing on the floor with that roll that you can find.
Okay. Then the last thing she wants to do is look. You said there were bookcases along the walls?
There are, there's probably a bookcase behind his desk. There are paintings on the walls.
Okay. So she wants to she's looking around in every nook and cranny that she can to see,
Okay.
including on the desk, to see if there are any signatures or insignias, seals, that would signify a order or a person or a temple.
If
And if she doesn't see
anyone in
anything,
this room, yeah, I get it. Everybody's going to roll an investigation right now. So nobody gets advantage, but everybody's going to roll to, like, you're in this room, you're looking very carefully.
Cool. So assumption that Ironbark and I made it in.
Yeah. Fern
Okay,
just let
cool.
you in.
All right. Cool.
Perfect.
Only an 8 for me.
Okay.
9. Anything down?
9. Fern.
11.
Okay. Stony.
30-20.
Oh,
Oh!
thank goodness.
I'll get a little bit more specific now. On the walls, there are paintings of a mountain range, the house you're in, a winking wizard, and a dragon ravaging a small villa. There's one on each wall. They're fairly big paintings. Underneath the ledger on the desk, there's a corner of a paper sticking out.
What is this?
There is a map on the wall where it looks like if the governor turns to his left, he can read this map. It's a map of the area that he's responsible for. All the little town names, the names of the forests, the hills, the mountains, the valleys, etc. And on the bookshelf, there's a little coin purse.
Okay. So Stony makes sure that everyone clocks the things that he's seeing. He's interested on the paper that's sticking out
Okay. You want to just
first.
pull that out and read it?
Yeah.
All right. There's a note written by hand. It says, evacuate Gladewell and surrounding areas by the end of the week. Full support of Amman will arrive soon. Send refugees west to Amman. Camps will be erected and that process is currently underway. All troops will remain in place. Commanders and war mages will arrive immediately. There's a signature. Dated today. Signed as recorded and delivered by the postmaster wizard, Namdragulo.
Dun, dun, dun.
So a shadow crosses Stony's face. And he turns to everyone in the room. I think you all should read this.
Could I possibly make an insight check to see if I can figure out any connections between these 4 paintings on the walls.
Sure.
If I can figure out how they might be related, see if there's any similar elements in them.
Sure. Go ahead. Give me an insight check.
Play to your strengths, folks. That's a 22.
Yeah. Pausing for a moment in spider form to look at all of these 4 paintings.
Let's look at them all at the same time, actually, with all my eyeballs.
Exactly. You got 8 eyes, all looking in 2 eyes for each painting.
Yes.
The
Gotta
mountain
get something.
range, this house, a winking wizard, and a dragon ravaging a villa. And by the way, the painting is actually repeatedly
Oh, it's like enchanted.
animated. Yeah. It seems to be that these paintings are just things that this person loves or identifies with. They're meaningful to him in some way.
Do we recognize this wizard at all? Have any of us seen him?
I guess you guys could roll a history check just to see if you've ever seen this person before. It's no one famous.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Is it was probably a local guy. That's a 13.
13.
18 for me.
Fern's not going to
Okay.
investigate.
Stony sees the spider is checking out these paintings, and you look at the wizard. It looks like a wizard from Iman. Like he's got the robes that you're familiar with. There's a buildings behind him in the background that you see as like Iman architecture, and it's just somebody who lives in Iman. That's the best you can tell.
While Stony has been reading the note, Fern can't help but look inside the coin purse. 1, just because that's what she's used to, but 2, because she knows that's where people keep very valuable things. So she wants to see if there's anything that would
Okay.
give her more info.
Under the spell, the coins don't clink loudly enough for anyone to hear. You find a bag of coins. It seems to be a decent amount of money.
Okay. And it's just coins.
Mm-hmm.
All right. She's gonna put it back as much as it pains her.
Pieta wants to investigate the paintings in case there's like a button or a lever or just anything like.
Okay. All right.
And
Are
while
you is anyone doing anything to help, or are you just doing it by yourself?
Yeah,
he's doing that, Fern is reading the note.
Okay.
Stony will help him.
Okay. So Pieta, please roll an investigation with advantage.
Yippee! Okay. That's a 4, but the other die rolled a 15.
So total of 15.
Yeah.
So you're trying to move these paintings, peer behind them.
Carefully.
3 of them lift away from the wall, nothing behind them. The one of the dragon is actually secured to the wall, so you can't really see anything behind it.
Pieta
Can
finds
I?
odd and relays this information to them.
Yeah, hearing that, I'm gonna go over and climb up and just kind of crawl the edge of it. Yeah, and see if I can find anything.
Investigation
Trying to
check.
see how sealed it is to this wall, really.
Okay. Investigation check.
Okay. Um, ah, that is a 12.
You can see that it's not hung. It's got screws on each corner, which screw it into the wall.
Oh, and it's like all the way screwed into the wall.
Yeah,
I try to
flat
get
to the wall.
Fern's attention.
Yeah, I'll point that out for sure.
Fern, what do you make of this?
That's not normally how you would hang a picture.
Right.
I'd say that there's either something behind it or something about it.
Yeah. What's on the other side of that wall? Have we been able to see that part of the house?
You
Or if
haven't
there's
looked
windows
in
over
all
there?
these windows, but the way that it's set up, there's 4 rooms along each side, and
Okay.
this would just be the next room over.
Not the kids'
Cool.
room though, right?
The kids' room was the first one. The office is the second. You guys haven't looked in the third window yet.
Oh, okay, that's the third window wall. Okay.
You're in the second room right now.
Okay. Can I get up on the ceiling and then go over through the door and over to see if that door is open or if there's like a crack underneath it that I can see into the next
The
room or see if
door,
there's like a space?
the door in the hallway is still open, so you can easily walk through that. The door to the next room is also open. You crawl in there. So you're trying to see if there's something like hanging off the wall here in the same place. What are you looking
Yeah,
for?
trying to get an idea for how thick that wall
The
is, how
wall
much
is.
space there
Okay.
is to hide something there
Okay.
behind that
Roll
painting.
an intelligence check, I guess,
All
just
right.
to kind of estimate the
Yeah.
thickness of the wall.
That's a 15.
You would guess the wall is about 8 inches thick-ish.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
like a good, not a foot, but close to a foot.
Fern has gone over to that painting and is off a little bit to the side, kind of tapping on the wall to hear if what the sound comes back as, and then over toward right beside and on the painting to see if it sounds more hollow in that area.
Okay. The walls are made of wood. It's almost like a log cabin, but it's got also like finished off walls. It seems like it's pretty solid everywhere. Did you say you're tapping on the painting itself?
As well.
So like on the frame, when you tap there, it does seem like it's got a recess behind it. It sounds like a deeper thump thump, like it's hollow.
There's definitely something here. Okay, we have to do this fast. And she's gonna pull out her thieves' tools and try to very, very quickly and quietly unscrew the bottom 2 parts that are screwed into the wall
Okay.
to try to lift it up slightly.
Okay.
I'm gonna crawl right in there. As soon as she's got space, I'm just gonna zip right in.
You're not revealing a hole. You're revealing a thin line, like there's a little tiny door.
Does it look like do I see how it opens?
It's a metal door. You can only see the bottom edge right now
Okay.
because you're just pulled out the bottom of the painting.
Okay, so I'm
Okay.
gonna get out of there so I don't get squashed. For
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, then she's gonna go ahead and do the top as well. She's going as quickly
Okay.
as possible.
As you remove this dragon painting, you see this little metal door set into the wall. It's about this big.
Okay. She's going to look at Pieta and say, keep watch. Let me know. And then she's gonna start trying to get in behind the door.
Pieta's gonna
Okay.
go by the door and just very concentratedly, like, just close his eyes and zone in on any noise he might hear from footsteps or anything.
Okay. The door seems like you can just, there's a little latch that you should just be able to stick your finger in and pull it open.
He's gonna do it.
All right. Everyone roll a dexterity saving throw, except for Sunny.
Really?
Good
I was
thing I'm
about to
really good at
say, and
this.
she
I
checks,
gave
and
it to
then
you
I
the
didn't
first
say it.
time. You got to remember.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Okay.
Well, it's
Pieta?
not so bad.
Pieta?
11.
Rip?
I got a 16.
And Stony.
12.
Thanks, Spider.
All right. If you rolled below a 16, you are coated with green spray, like paint,
Oh.
as an alarm starts going off.
Oh boy.
A screaming alarm. Green paint has sprayed out across Stony and who else was it? Pieta?
Yeah.
And a thick green smoke starts billowing out. I would like for all of you to roll a Constitution saving throw to avoid being poisoned. This is a poison gas.
It's a 9.
Mine is a 7.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
2.
All of you take 10 points of poisoning damage, and you are poisoned as the alarm goes off. 2 of you are coated in green paint.
Okay.
We need
Fern.
to leave.
You see, though, as you dodged out of the way of the paint, you were able to see there's stuff in this little safe.
Where
As
did the spray come from, real quick?
Inside of it, it's a trap that poof, exploded outward.
Even if I was over there by the door, was I close enough to still get sprayed?
You rolled low enough to be in the way.
All right.
as soon as that happened, she is going to pull out what she can, scan it as quickly as possible, throw it back in. She already knows that they're gonna know that that someone's been in it, so she's not gonna
Let
worry
me
about
tell
trying to
you
get it back on.
what you could potentially pull out. There are a bunch of rolled up notes, nothing that you can read as it is, and some stacks of platinum pieces.
Okay, then
So,
she's gonna take a handful of the notes and
Okay.
and take them. And
let's
then
see. There are 6 notes. Do you grab them all?
yeah, if
Or
she
when
can.
you say a handful, are you leaving any?
Are there she's gonna take all of them, and she's gonna
Okay.
stuff them in her bag, and then
Grab them
since
all.
she already knows that they know that someone's been in it, she's not gonna worry about putting the painting back on, and she's going to signal for everyone to get out, and she's going to very quickly say to Rip, well, actually, she doesn't need Rip to do that because they already got caught. So they're just gonna out.
So Fern is dashing out the door.
Yeah.
The rest of you guys are all poison. Remember, actually, I don't even remember. What does poison do? I think it gives you disadvantage on ability checks.
Ability check.
Let me look it up.
Ability checks and I was just looking at it. Ability checks and attack rolls.
Okay. So you guys are rushing. Fern is rushing out the door. What's Pieta doing?
No, yeah, he he also is rushing out the door or the window, or are we going out the window?
You came in the door. The window doesn't open in this room.
Oh, okay.
It's a big picture window.
Yeah, Pietro will just follow Fern.
Okay. Rip.
As Fern goes to leave, I say, "Hey, grab me!" And
Oh, you could jump on
hope
her
she
hand or
grabs me.
something.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
jump
I will
you
on.
can
do
just
that.
or squirt a spray of web and grab on.
Yeah, I'll web
Tony, what
aboard.
are you doing?
Stony is following.
Okay. So we're all fleeing the
I want to
scene.
throw my rope back, my silk rope back at Stony for him to catch, and just in case, I just want us to be attached.
Okay. A horn sounds downstairs. Clearly the guard is blowing a horn. As you remember, a few hundred feet away is the barracks. You guys are on the second story balcony. You're still under Pass Without a Trace, but some of you are covered with green paint. You're all coughing. You're poisoned. You feel like shit. What do you do?
So I guess first, in 2 rounds, Stony would like to cast Prestidigitation twice to clean the 2 people who are covered in paint.
Okay.
So first that goes to Pieta and then on to himself.
All right.
What was
That'll
that
work
spell?
because it hasn't dried yet. You clean the paint away
Nice.
as you're dashing along the balcony. So you came in up the north side and went into the window on the west side of the building. How are you leaving this balcony? Or are you? There's still a floor above.
Fern's going back the same direction they came.
Okay.
Is so how close are they to another building?
There aren't any very close. The nearest one is the AIDS office, which is about 75 feet or 100 feet away.
Okay.
And it's
Then
on the other end of the building from where you are.
okay. Then she is yeah, she's gonna keep going the same way that they came in, and she has her hand in her disguise kit,
Okay.
so that she can quickly kind of
So
change.
you're down the side of the building out into the grass.
Yeah.
Okay. While this is going on, I assume, I'll get back to you, but I assume y'all are following Fern. What is Sunny doing when you hear alarms in the house go off and one of the guards blows a horn? Instantly, you hear people shouting in the barracks.
How far are the barracks, like, part of the house, or
No.
are
They're like, I don't know, 200, 300 feet away to the west. The
okay,
governor doesn't want to live with soldiers, but he definitely is close by.
right. Sunny immediately thinks, "Oh, no, her friends got caught," and so she is going to, um, quickly wrap up the show. The horse's head is going to start. She's going to use prestidigitation to shoot sparks out of the mouth of the horse's head, and then like throw it on the ground and be like, "Okay, show's over." Everyone,
Oh, not Greenie!
everyone, just start clapping really loud and just start running around now. That's part of the show too.
Um,
I'm just trying to create some like chaos out here
right.
to
As you
distract
say that, you
guards.
like instantly just, the show's over, everybody. Start running and playing. The soldier, you can see, this is like 6 seconds in. You already see a couple soldiers coming out of the barracks. They don't look like they're fully armed for battle, but there are people running out the door toward the house.
Can I run so I get in front of them and like try to cut them off a little and just be like, hey, sorry, just something real quick.
That they're gonna probably get to the house about the same time you are.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
you're a
okay
little
with that.
bit closer to the house than they are. You'd have to be running right to them, and you realize it would look like you're trying to impede them if you do so.
Oh. Can I shout from a distance?
Sure.
Sorry, I accidentally threw something at the window. It was part of the
Okay.
show and it got away.
Do you have any way to make that really, really loud?
Um, does prestidigitation do that?
I think you can do that with minor illusion.
Minor illusion?
Make your
Well,
voice loud.
yeah, I'll use minor illusion to make my voice really
Okay.
loud.
Your voice
Wow.
is super loud, just like
Yeah.
ringing off the walls of the homes. I'm sorry, I hit the window.
Yes.
It adds to the crazy confusion.
Lovely.
Uh-huh.
I just want pure chaos, and then I'm just like, I know they'll probably still go investigate it, but like, give them as much time as I can. So trying to just
Okay.
babble on, so then maybe they'll at least look over at.
Sure. You definitely get some glances, but they're running toward the house. There is, and you can see it now, there's like a fog of green billowing off the second floor, kind of spreading down the side of. You're on the southeast side of the house, but you can see it coming off the west side, kind of oozing down the balcony.
Okay.
Okay, back to the other four of you. Is everybody following Fern, or is anybody doing something different?
I mean, I'm on Fern, so
Right. Fern,
Just
what's your
following Fern.
speed?
Oh, sorry, me.
Yeah,
30, but I can double dash, so 60 technically.
Okay. And are you dashing if they can't keep up?
We could
Um,
all just dash, right?
yes,
You can. I'm just
because
checking on distances.
because even if she falls out from under Pass Without a Trace, her goal is to
Mhm.
get lost in the crowd. And
Okay.
she's yeah.
So there's no crowd. It's after night. It's just after nightfall. You're running into like a half-built neighborhood.
Well, wasn't
They're
there a crowd watching the show?
they're on the other side of the house completely. They're on the south
Oh,
end. You're leaving out the north end.
okay. Gotcha.
Sorry. I'm trying to keep this all in my head and I'm giving you directions, but I know it's not as clear as I could be.
It's okay.
Yeah, so you guys went up the north side and climbed down on the west balcony. That's the way you're going out. Sunny was on the south side across the street, southeast corner across the street. So she's probably 100 feet south of the house, and you guys are booking it straight north into a construction zone, basically. They're
Okay.
putting up stores and homes. So you're still under Pass Without a Trace. Stony, what's your full speed?
It should be 30.
Also
30 feet.
60 if you dash.
60 with the dash,
Pieta,
yeah.
what's your full speed?
40, 80.
So you can outrun everybody at this point. And Rip. Oh,
not that fast.
you're on board.
Hopefully
You're
on
just on
board.
board.
I'm on board.
It's
I'm
on
just
me.
going light speed. It's like
Yeah.
those cartoons when you see like everything speeding fast, really fast.
Hanging
It's like
on as
hyper
tight as you
speed
can.
situation. Yeah.
So I can actually go 90 if I double dash.
Right.
Right, cunning action.
So are you double dashing?
You go
Mhm.
20.
Okay. So Stony can go 60. Pieta can go 80. Fern can go 90.
I match Stony though, because I wrote this together just in case anything happened.
Okay. That's fine. So you are still under Pass Without a Trace. And so and it looks like Fern is just barely leaving that. So I would like a stealth check from all of you. And Pieta and Stony get to add 10 as Fern is just flying out of there.
Natural 20.
Perfect.
That was so funny.
Did
You're
you get
on
a
Fern.
1? You're on me.
Please tell everybody. You just hear this little as I go by on Fern.
23 on me for me.
Okay.
It's an
That was
18
the
for me.
funniest possible roll I could have gotten. That's so hilarious.
Okay. Let me roll for any potential guards. All right. One of them got a natural 20 on looking for you guys.
Oh.
But I
Okay.
So they're running toward the house. What was your total, Fern?
got a natural 20, but 27 with my modifier.
27. And their natural 20 gives them a 22. However, Fern, here's what I'm going to describe.
Yeah.
You run into this construction zone, leaving behind the Pass Without a Trace. You see there's a couple guards there, and you dive underneath a building that's being built. Just without stopping, in full stride, you just dive head first. The spider gets left like shooting forward and whap into this guard's face. He spins around. He still can't see. Oh, he can see Stony.
Yep.
Even with Pass Without a Trace, Pieta, you're invisible. He sees like the spider on his face. He's batting away, and he sees a person running toward him with a spider in his eye. He's like, "Halt! Halt!" And he flips Rip off his face. Rip, you go flying into the dark.
Stony,
Okay.
like,
I was gonna
caught, like,
bail right away anyways. Like,
Am I allowed
Like-
to pull a cloth?
Just a sec. We'll see if we go into initiative or not.
Stony, caught in like a deer in the headlights, gets a flash of inspiration, and he goes, "Duh, duh, duh," he points behind him. "Duh, duh,
Persuasion check, please. Or deception. Either one.
It
Way.
doesn't matter. That's a 12.
See if he buys it. He rolled a 9, and his wisdom is +1. He says, and it's 2 of them. The other guy didn't see you until he did, and they were both moving this way. He says, "Hold it right there. You wait right here." And they start
The
running
government's
past
house.
you toward the house. "Don't move!" And they run past you toward the house.
He definitely moves.
Yeah, like,
He's-
he, like hugs him.
he like waits a second.
Mhm.
Like, okay.
They're
like,
hoofing it right toward the house and not looking back.
okay, then
um,
he starts sneaking again.
So you guys have kind of got away. There are still guards running toward the horn from several different directions. As we said before, there are guards all over the place right now. And so you still have to get through probably a dozen before you're home free. So let's have another stealth check as you slow down and you keep moving. Meanwhile, what is Sunny doing in this time?
So I see the guards have gone in. To the house.
Mm-hmm.
Sunny is. I don't think she's going to run into the governor's house, but she's going to walk up to the governor's door. She was shouting at them anyways.
Okay.
And just
There are soldiers running around. You see the governor through the window, like pointing at stuff, pointing upstairs, people pounding
okay.
upstairs. You knock on the door.
Yeah, Sunny will go up and knock on the door.
A woman looks
Mhm.
over at you and she grabs the governor by the shirt, and he looks over at you and he just has this look of utter confusion as you wave at him through the window.
Yeah.
He points at you and yells, and one of the guards comes running over and throws open the door. Says, what's going on? What?
Oh,
He
well,
doesn't really even know what to say.
I was doing my puppet show, and I just came to see if the governor got to see any of it. So I'm just asking what his thoughts were. What's going on here? What's happening?
He kind of spins you around, puts his arm
Huh?
over your shoulder, and starts hustling you away. There's nothing to see here. Move away.
Was that a yes or no that the governor saw the show as I'm being pushed away?
His kids were out there, and you can see the guard that brought him out there is like got each one of them under an arm, just running back to the house right now.
Okay, well, I don't think Sunny's gonna try to go in the house. She can't seem to distract any of the guards, so she's just gonna start grabbing Greenie and going back. They didn't really talk about where they'd rendezvous if something bad happened, but she's going to go back to Stoney's house.
Okay. All right. So you're packing up.
Yes.
You did your part. You sowed confusion. Some of the guards
Bless.
had come off in your direction to see what this loud shout was.
Mhm.
No one actually took you seriously that you hit a window. They're looking for people. They're looking
Okay.
for you can now see them. They're coming out on both balconies, looking around. You can see lights going on up in the
Do
top
I get
floor.
this? Do I get the sense that they're looking for people now?
Yeah, they're all over in his house. They've
Okay.
come out of the barracks. There's probably 15 soldiers in his house.
Are the children from the puppet show still around?
Most of them have scattered when they saw the soldiers running. You could maybe find some. Let's roll a perception check to see.
Oh my gosh, that's actually not bad. Perception. Um, that'd be a 17.
Yeah, there's a couple of them who are just standing on the side of the road where you were, kind of off to, like up against a fence or something, and just
Ha-
staring at the house, watching all the hubbub.
I huddled them in and be like, okay, I'll give you each a silver if you start running through town and screaming. And
Ah,
if you get more friends to do it, I'll give you an extra silver too.
that's going to take some persuading. Give me a persuasion check. Because they know something bad's happening.
Okay, persuasion. Let's have another good roll. Okay. That was a 14 on the dice, and I have a +3, so 17.
Wow. The money instantly grabs their attention. They're like,
Lovely.
"Oh, what do we scream? What should we scream? Governor's in trouble? Okay, yeah, we'll take money." And they each take the silver, and
All right.
we don't want to tell our friends. We just want to scream.
Okay, that's okay. Just start running around and doing that.
They start screaming, "The governor is in trouble!"
Yeah.
And they run into the part of the town where the old town where
Perfect.
everybody, yeah, governor, governor. You see lights coming on, doors opening within 20 seconds of this.
Okay. And then Sunny's going to try to be making her way back to Stoney's house now.
All right, so you're packing up all your gear and getting
Mhm.
ready to go back. Okay, what was everyone's stealth check?
That's a 26 this time.
Okay,
Another one?
well,
21.
yeah,
More?
41,
Huh?
41.
No, 21.
Oh, 21.
Oh, wait,
Pieta.
hold
26.
on.
26.
All right.
I have
Rip.
spider stealth. I forgot.
Yeah, you're still in spider form. It's hard to see you.
Yeah, that's a 13.
I mean, you are a
Or
spider, even if they see.
With pass without a trace.
they can see me. It's a spider. I'm a spider. They can see me.
With pass without a trace, did you add your 10?
Oh, no. So then that would be 23.
Yeah. And so everybody got above a 20 this time. And the highest I rolled was a 22. So Fern,
Am I
dressed in
still under
your,
pass without a trace then? If the
you
spider is?
are. You
Oh,
are.
okay, then that's a
Absolutely.
31.
31. Okay. I was kind of surprised with the 21. I wouldn't have been surprised with a 41. Yeah, so you guys all managed to pause at the right moment to let people go by, sneak, stay to the shadows, crawl up, crawl under, whatever it takes. And you get to a place that you think you're safe and you can breathe. By the way, did you take the money in that safe?
Nope.
Okay. There was a lot of money in there.
Yeah. She was real tempted too, but she didn't do it.
Okay.
She knew that wasn't the goal.
What would you guys like to do?
Regroup at
Regroup.
Stoney's.
Okay. You make
Yeah,
it
are
back
they
to Tony's,
all
and
gone?
right about the time you guys are sneaking in the back, Sonny's walking up to the front door with a giant sack of bones over her shoulder and a puppet on her hand. As you guys pull up, Sonny, Grim turns to you and says, "That was fucking cool.
It
Do it again."
was so much fun. And you all are alive. You made it. I wasn't honestly sure. There-
We are. Fert's gonna kind of gather everyone in Stoney's bedroom, and she's just laughing. Like, she's so happy right now. She had a great time.
Pietro worriedly turns to Stony. How are you doing, buddy?
I am unwell. That was atrociously exhilarating, I'll admit. But I don't think my heart can handle that again.
You said you had fun? Oh yeah.
That is
But you-
not what I said.
You did beautifully, and she's gonna grab him and kiss him on the cheek.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh.
yes.
Well, here you go. And she gives you Greeny's head. Thank you,
Oh my god.
Wait, where's
You
Ah.
gave it to who?
Stony.
Okay.
Hello again, Greenie. I'm so sorry that you had to be desecrated, but it was in the name of art.
You
Don't
gave
Yes,
her
well.
the
see the
horse.
show. Yeah, he just told me where to dig it up. Dig it up.
That may have slipped my mouth.
Well, good thinking. You were a good distraction.
Well, obviously not good enough because it seems like you all were running there for a bit.
Oh, that's just part of any good heist.
No.
Yes. Usually the good ones end up with no one noticing that we were there. Mhm.
Well,
Yes.
did you learn anything? Was it worth it?
Well, and she's gonna pull out one of the notes. Let's see. And she'll start to unroll it. Before she does, she checks and she tells Stony to block out the window.
Oh, yes, the curtains. And so he goes and he sort of like closes all the curtains, boards up everything. And he'll also hand the note that he found on the desk to Sunny, the one about the evacuation.
Should we check for like magic and stuff? I don't want green stuff all over me with these notes.
The green stuff is gone. Remember, he cleaned it away with that spell.
No, I know, but I don't want any more green stuff on me.
Oh, I see.
Stone, you want to check? Is it alright if you check with magic stuff around here? I don't know what you call it.
I don't think any notes will be trapped, but I am quite exhausted. Magically speaking, I'm not sure I can cast the spell at the moment. If we wanted to be overly cautious, we could check until tomorrow, but I have no doubt in my mind that these notes are not trapped. Unless... well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to give a small glance.
Fern, as he's saying, sorry to interrupt, but I really want to investigate this. Fern, as they're saying things about traps and should we check them out, what's going through your head?
Fern is very aware that she made a really stupid mistake. So she's berating herself a little bit inside, but she's just so happy that they didn't get caught in the end that she's just trying to kind of like, one, drown it out, and also to remember that that's important. So they're saying that, and she's like, maybe we should be safe. So she kind of puts the notes down and looks at the group and says, if anyone can check them for magic that's not tired, maybe we should.
I was just kind of making a suggestion. We don't have to if you guys feel safe.
No, I think that's a good idea. It's, notes are notoriously tricky.
Stony goes over to the pile and opens one.
There
He
are
doesn't
6
check for
notes. Let me explain what you see. One of them looks like it's been folded many, many times, and the edges are actually, parts of it are damaged from burning. There are
Like it's
4 on regular scraps of paper. Go ahead. What's the question?
the one that you said has been folded many times, like it's been folded and unfolded many times, or it has many folds to it, like it
looks
was
like
folded
it's
up
been
really
folded
tiny.
and unfolded many times,
Okay.
and it's damaged. It's been burnt. There are 4 completely regular ones, and another one on a parchment that seems like it's made of some kind of skin.
Which one did you open, Stony?
The one that's on the top, he just picks a random one.
Okay, roll a d6 then.
All right. Three.
This one unrolls. Nothing bad happens. It says demands from Kemal to cede all of the Iron Seat Ridge Mountains as their due, as it falls under their borders.
I see. Seems here the governor was being threatened by Kimor. He goes through the next one.
By the way, I may have been pronouncing Kemal wrong all this whole time, even though I've said it 100 times.
Really? I don't know if anyone would notice or know.
I'm just saying because I finally listened to an episode of Critical Role and they say Kymel. But I'm thinking you can pronounce it however you want.
Well, you learned it by reading. That no one can fault you for that.
Yeah.
Kaimal.
It's
I like Kamal better, I think.
Yeah, it's a dialect difference.
In our world, that's how we
pronounce
say it.
Yeah, we pronounce
Gladewellian.
Kamal over
Yes.
here.
Gladewellian.
Yeah. We don't like their pronunciation of their own names. So, did you say you open another? What was that?
Yeah, he grabs the next one.
Okay, roll a d6. And 3 doesn't count.
2.
This one says escalating tensions with Kemal, sending troops to secure the area.
Can Sunny grab the skin parchment one?
Sure.
She just starts looking at it because she's going to be ritually casting Identify as she's just holds it up right in front of her face.
What languages can you read?
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish.
Okay, this is written in Elvish.
Alrighty.
There are 5 lines. It's like a little stanza. The first line is one word. The word 8. Not the number, it's the word 8.
Mm.
Second
Okay.
line, goal, Goal, 1,000 plus T, question mark. Third line, offer, 40, comma, 80, comma, 100 G, question mark. Fourth line, this, SIS, capital A, bro, BRO, capital L, and the word UNDRWY. And the fifth line, PHS1. That's all it says.
Okay. She's still doing identify on it just because it's a weird kind of parchment, but yeah.
Yeah, it is
And to
on
be only if it's
tiefling
magical.
skin. It's
Ooh.
on tiefling skin.
Okay.
There's no magic coming off of it, but you've identified what it is. And it's written in a mixture of blood and ink. I guess you could tell, tell you all kinds of stuff.
Cool. I'll pass the note to Grim, who I'm sure will be more intrigued by it.
He chuckles.
Um,
I guess let's keep reading.
Sunny or Rip, do either of you want to check for magic?
I don't think I really can.
Are you still in spider form? Because it's getting close to wearing off.
No, once we got back into Sunny's house, I would have shed what wild shape.
Shed your skin.
There's
Yeah,
words
get it?
in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
And Fern's gonna pick one up.
If you
Okay.
want to give me another minute, I can try to look if it's magical, but it takes me some time.
Oh, that's okay. I can wait.
Okay. The one that Fern just picked up, she'll take and start staring at again to identify.
Which one did you pick up? A regular one or the fire damaged one?
The fire damage one.
Okay. There are traces of magic, like almost like you can't even see it. You just know that there was magic involved with
Okay.
this piece, but it's pretty much all dissipated. You can't tell what type because it's gone. You can
Okay.
just, there's like a residue, like almost like you can taste like grit on your tongue. Like there was something magical involved here. You unfold it. Some of the words are burnt off, but this is what you read. Bow and scrape. Actually, let me start from the beginning. A missed section, a burnt off section, and then it says bow and scrape. Another missing section, and then the words, the letters EEN, comma, Lady of Shadow, comma, a burnt section. Then the letters EWARD, now, and a very large burnt section. And then there's 3 more words. Gold you crave.
Oh no.
Do the burnt sections look? And I can roll a check for this if you'd like, but do they look like it was accidental, or unintentional, or does it look like the burn sections were intentionally done as like a redaction device, like it was redacted using flame?
What kind of roll do you think you would make? Arcana or nature? I'm not sure. What do you think?
I was thinking investigation or insight.
Okay, not insight, because you're not reading into anybody's. You could do an investigation just to see. And
Yeah.
I'm tempted to do investigation with disadvantage, but I'll just set the DC high.
Okay. Oh, good thing I'm terrible at those. That's a 5. I don't get anything.
It's really hard to tell. I mean, this
Yeah.
paper looks like it's been around for a while. All these folds and unfolds, and it's weathered, It's got some kind of stains on it, like water stains or who knows what. It looks badly damaged. It's not just like just lines of text are missing. It's chunks of this note are missing. The edges are pretty much gone. So it's like it fell into a fire and somebody pulled it out, maybe.
Okay. So weird. Why would he have this? It doesn't hardly have any information on it.
Well, I
Maybe
can
it just
see
means
why.
something.
If it's speaking of the Lady of Shadow, well, our worst fears seem to be coming true. I think we were correct. She has something to do with this.
Hmm.
We shouldn't stick around here long. Let's read the last one, I suppose.
There's 2 more.
Oh.
These are just on normal parchment. One of them says, extreme increase of aggressions, including assault and murder, stolen ore, and other resources. The final one says, requesting a number of troops from Amman to hold mountains and mines.
Sounds like that they had quite the trouble with Kimmel.
I don't think it was had. I think it is having. That
You are
paper said that they were evacuating. I
in a
think we're
week.
going to war.
Mm. It seems I was unfortunately right. Gladewell is going to turn into a battleground soon. Enough to force an evacuation. But they know it's coming. Why are they waiting to evacuate everyone? Why not do it now? So as not to stir panic?
Why side with the Lady of Shadow?
Why side with anyone? For power, of course.
But what does she want?
Is that an assumption, or did you read something specific that it said that they sided with her, with them?
This note, and she holds up the one that is burnt, speaks of her, and also craving gold. I would assume that this has something to do with being offered what they crave in exchange for something with her power.
Hmm. That is a fair assumption. He just gets lost in thought.
No one in town has been talking about an evacuation, so no one knows, right?
No.
Do you think they'll be telling everyone tomorrow, or why wait? If you have to evacuate a whole town, that takes time.
Is there one more note?
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
I suppose this would be a good time to do some sort of intelligence check, perhaps. You asked us to request more rolls,
Sure.
so I'm gonna do it.
You need to tell me exactly what you're trying to figure out.
Why? What what logic is there? What possibly could be the reason? What sort of logic would they have for waiting an entire week to evacuate the whole town if they know something bad is coming? Enough to evacuate the whole town.
You can assume that the threat is not here at the moment, and that knowing Iman, which have a reputation of being the good guys, they're trying to get ahead of this thing.
Rip,
Well,
or any of you, I suppose. Do you know of any temples near Gladewell? Or shrines? Would Fern have seen any shrines in the forests ever?
There are, in Gladewell, there's no big temple. It's a small town. It's really the only town around here at the foot of the Iron Seat Mountains. On the other end of it is the big city of Kamal. And there would be temples there. But, people in Gladewell definitely worship deities. So there are small shrines here and there, usually tucked away, like the Wild Mother might be at the edge of where the forest used to be. And everybody would know where these shrines are. The Dawn Father might be at the top of a nearby hill so they could catch the rising sun. Things like that. And you guys would know where those were.
But she's never seen a shrine to Lolth.
No. Nobody. I mean, first of all, a shrine to Lolth would be like almost illegal. You could do it. You could worship the betrayer gods, but you don't want to do it out in public because you would be shunned. And secondly, Lolth doesn't really have shrines, at least not out in the open. They would be buried or underground or, it's as secretive as possible.
I think we might. Well, I don't know. I have two minds. Either we need to be here after Gladewell is evacuated, because it's within the absence that things will happen. Or we need to be in Iman now. And we need to find more information there.
I mean, what good do you think we could do here when it's soon going to be a battleground? I feel like going to Iman and figuring out more information about what's truly causing this could be more beneficial.
What
I'm
do you think?
conflicted. On one hand, I want to stay behind and make sure Aunt May gets to where she needs to go to be safe, maybe even protect her. And on the other hand, I'm conflicted because maybe figuring this out would be faster. I don't know.
About this time, you hear a horn blasting in the middle of town, very close by, over and over.
Is that for you all? Did you forget to cover your tracks?
No,
I s-
No.
we were passed with I don't know. We were leaving no tracks.
Doesn't seem to be getting any closer. It's several, like 2 blocks away, but it's repeating. It's insistent.
I think they're gathering us.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
they're
think it would
about to
be
tell
more
everyone to
suspicious.
evacuate.
I think it'd be more suspicious to not go check it out.
Yeah.
You're right.
We can act normal. We were just hanging out and telling stories.
Yeah,
In case
we're
anyone
just
asks.
a normal group of friends that were all hanging out at the same time and walking to
You
town
start to
together.
hear shouting in the streets. I can't quite make out what they're saying.
Um, uh, Stony, why don't you go out the front with Rip and Sunny and Pieta? Perhaps we can come around the back by the stables
Yeah,
and we'll meet at the horn.
we'll be sneaky.
We don't have to sneak, just maybe not all leave the house together.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Stony nods.
Okay. Are we leaving now and going to the horn?
Wait,
Oh,
should,
yeah.
should
So
we
you see
should
your
we
neighbors
cover
are.
up these letters somewhere? Should we put them somewhere?
Oh,
Instead
I
of
already
throwing them
have,
on the
and
ground?
she's taken them and stuffed them down into the pocket that lines the inside of her.
You want to have them on you while you're in town?
Yes, it's the best place they could be.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So you guys go and you hear the end of kind of a little speech. You see in the town square, all the people from town are out there. Like some of them look like they were coming from dinner. Some of them look like they were already asleep and they're like in nightshirts and things. There are 12 soldiers on horses. Their horses are backed toward the center, like fire pit in the middle of town square, all facing out away from it. So they're looking in every direction. And one of them is still blowing a horn. And uh, another one is shouting, "Citizens of Gladewell, secure your homes. Everyone, bar your doors. The governor has been attacked. We are calling a curfew. No one, after we finish this announcement, no one should be in the streets. Out your lanterns. Black your windows. Stay within until the sun rises. We will meet here at the crack of dawn for more announcements. We have many things to tell you." And he starts again. "Citizens of Gladewell, go back home."
I'm gonna lean into Fern and say, should we offer to help with the investigation? Or is that too close to the crime?
I don't think they would welcome it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They haven't welcomed any of our other offers of investigation.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I don't think they would ask for our help.
Fern, in your head, you hear Sunny's voice. Are we going to go to our own houses, or should we all still stick together so we can try to get out of here if needed?
We probably should go to our own houses. It would pull the least suspicion. And she looks at Stony. Can I cash in on my copper tonight?
He holds out his hand.
I already left it for you.
Okay. Where exactly?
Kid leans over to Sunny. Is that code? Cash in on your copper?
I've never heard that phrase before.
Yeah.
I
Just
left it
looking.
somewhere you would find it. And she beckons for him to come back to the house.
I would really, it would. No, I must go to the forge. I have things I need to work on.
No, Stony, there is a curfew.
I can sleep at the forge. What are they going to do? Throw me in the jail for being at a forge?
Stony, you
Yeah.
just broke into the governor's house. I think
We
it would
did
be
what?
wise.
What? That is preposterous. We never did such a thing, right?
Okay, I think it would be wise for you to go home.
The soldiers now start moving out in each direction with their horses and individually pointing at people. You've heard what we've said. Go home. Walk together, walk in pairs, don't walk alone. Bar your doors, and they're pointing at everybody, including you guys.
Oh
Sonny's
no,
going in the
Sunny.
direction of the forge.
Tony, they won't let you. It's too loud. There's too much light.
if they disallow me, then I will oblige. I am a rule follower after all. I am a rule follower after all.
Fine, then I will sit and wait for them to. And she's gonna go with him.
To the
Oh, that's a
forge.
good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Sun
Go ahead.
Sunny's just gonna take Payetta and Rip's arms and be like, "Well, you heard the soldiers. Can't walk alone. Whose house are we going to first?" And then just start walking them away.
Okay. And Stony and Fern, you go to the forge. The forge is out, and the blacksmith. Help me with his name. I've got it here
Rhodey.
someplace. Rhodey.
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 The blacksmith is standing outside chewing on a cigar, and the forge has gone dark. He's just staring into the night as you walk up.
Hello. Come to work on my project. Should be only a few more days.
Heard the soldiers. Lights out.
In- Ah, yes. Well, I'm sure they won't mind a little light.
Not tonight, Stony. Not tonight. Go home, boy. He walks in and closes the door.
I'm sorry, Stony.
Oh.
Come on.
Perhaps I should make my own forge. Yes. I think I can do that. Oh, it takes so much time. Stone brick. I would need to make my own fan.
Roll a
Leather.
history
Taking
check,
him by
Stony.
the. Sorry.
He's
Stony, please
being
roll a
led.
history check. Yeah, you can be led as you think. I just want to see if you remember something.
That's a 17.
You do remember. Your mother had a little place where she worked metal in her workshop. At your house, she hasn't used it in 15 years, but it exists.
Wait. Of course. Right. I always saw my mother using that. Why did I not think of that at first? I would still need a fan the flames. It needs to get hot enough. Fan, what kind of materials do you have on you?
And as they discuss these mundane issues, we're going to wrap right here, folks. That was a massive drop of information. I hope you guys stew on it for a week. This has been Dicey Decisions, Zeros to Heroes. That was
Indeed.
episode 21. And don't forget, on Friday nights, we have our other Dicey Decisions game called Twist of Fate. This weekend, however, we're off, so I'll be running a one-shot, a little mystery one-shot based in Waterdeep.
What is it called?
Well, it's called Scarab of Death.
Ooh.
So it's an existing mystery that that was recommended. So we're going to run it. Hopefully nobody knows about this mystery. but it is highly ranked or rated, so probably a lot of people know about it. We'll see how our troop of potential idiots does with their investigations. Now
Oh, man.
they're level 10, so they're going to be very adept.
They're
We'll see.
smarties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
All D&D players are really super smart, and they get all the hints and clues right on the first try.
Right.
Yep.
It's
And they
just
We're-
like
check
this
for
campaign.
traps.
That's us.
That too. Oh, and we're gonna stew, soup, whatever kind of sludge you want on this while we go. And as always, hit the follow button. I don't know how many times I can say it. Hit subscribe. You
Hit the
know,
like,
like
please.
hit the like, hit the bell. Gosh, such cool buttons.
And
Man.
guys, if you
Beautiful
can,
button.
please comment. We'd love to hear what you guys think about our ongoing story. We love it. We absolutely love it. And we hope you do too. So we'd like to hear from you if you can. So thanks for being with us. And any other shout outs before we call it a night, guys? Don't forget to buy our merch. Oh yeah, we don't have any.
Not yet.
We do now.
All right.
Right.
I did a shout out to pizza. Anyone else like to give a shout out to like some food items they like?
I love
Tacos.
peanut butter.
Tacos.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
Tacos are
tacos,
great.
peanut butter. These are some good
Shout
shout
out to
outs.
Girl Scout cookies for Girl Scout cookie season.
Yeah, go buy some Girl Scout cookies. They need money
Support
these days.
your local troops.
Yeah, right. Girls need to go camping and other stuff.
Another.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Oh.